So this week was chapter 19, the case of the murdered student. So this case basically goes over, there's a young reporter who goes to the University of North Carolina, and they find out that there is a student who was murdered on campus, and the student actually happens to be not only the student body president, but also somebody who is close to this student reporter. So he has a hard decision here. Does he report on her murder, but does he also, or does he not, because he's related to her, not related to her, but he's a friend of hers. So does he or does he not? He ends up reporting, and personally, I think that is fine. I think it is. That's what you're going to school for. You're a communication major, mass media. This is what you want to work in, and this is the field you want to do. And unfortunately, sometimes there are opportunities where there's an unfortunate situation like that, or you may know the person you're reporting, and there could be a conflict of interest. But if you maintain professionalism and stick to the code of conduct that journalists have to abide by, then I think that it would be okay. But it is dangerous when you think of the personal complications that might come of it, the emotional toll it might take on you, because he knew this girl, and it's really tragic to know anybody that had been murdered. So another aspect of it was he also accepted interviews at the time, because it became a big national story. So the reason he took interviews with other media companies was so that closer friends of the victim could have some relief, could be left alone. He was a friend of hers, but he wasn't like a best friend. And I think that was, it was considered at the time, but as a professional journalist, it maybe wasn't the right decision at the time. But morally, he did what he thought was the best decision, and I can't blame him. That morally seems sound, but I guess also when you consider what this means in the professional atmosphere, maybe it wasn't as professional, but in the end, I think he made the best decisions that he could at the time, and I think that this case was handled pretty well.